Hey there, it's CJ Willie and I'm cracking a pack. Today I'm back with pack number 27 in my 1988 Topps Mini Leader box. I'm trying to see how many packs I have to crack to get all 77 cards in the complete set. I've included the link to the preview video in the description below, which gives a little explanation on the set and the highlights of what I could crack in these packs. Since the packs only have 7 cards, I will guess which category or categories the player led their league. Then I'll flip the card over to see if I was right or how very bad my memory was of the 1987 MLB season. I've got my checklist out and I'm trying to get set number 2. I've got exactly 3 more cards to go. Rickey Henderson, Howard Johnson, and Mike Doon. Interestingly enough, they were the last 3 I needed for my first set. So let's see if I can get those 3 and complete set number 2 and be on to set number 3. Looks like we've got Dwight Gooden here on the back. So it appears that the search will continue unless I get lucky and the others are hidden somewhere in the middle. So let's get these flipped over. Oh, I just saw Mike Doon. So I might have set number 2 completed. Let's hope so. All right, first card out of the pack is Tom Henke. Henke was the closer for the Blue Jays for a number of years, also closed for the Cardinals for a year in 1995, I believe, before retiring. Henke originally came up with the Rangers and then was on to the Blue Jays and was their closer for a number of years in the mid to late 80s. Henke, I think, led the league in the American League in saves in 87. Yep, he was first with 34 saves. Okay, next up is Dave Stewart. So we're starting to get a few quadruplicates, so getting 3 complete sets may be a little bit of a challenge. Stewart pitched with the A's during their great playoff run from 88 to 90. Stewart originally came with the Dodgers, went to, I believe, the Rangers, then the Phillies and A's. He finished out his career, I think, with the Blue Jays, winning a title with them, 93, I want to say. In 87, Stewart was the league leader in victories. I don't remember if he was there in ERA either. No, just victories. First in victories with 20, second in game start with 37, sixth in strikeouts, seventh in innings, and ninth in ERA. Harold Reynolds is next up. Reynolds is part of the MLB studio analysts. In his career, he was with the Mariners, Orioles, and Angels. I think he ended his career with the Angels. With the Mariners, he was kind of their catalyst, get on base, steal some bases. I believe he was a league leader in steals in 87. I think he was first. Yes, with 60. Rickey Henderson was injured for most of the year, or he would have led the league in steals as he usually does. Reynolds also was tied for 5th with 8 triples. Okay, Dwight Gooden is our next triplicate. So 4 triplicates. No, quadruplicates. I keep saying triplicates, I mean quadruplicates. Gooden was a league leader in victories and ERA, even though he missed probably about 10 to 12 starts during the year, recovering from the World Series of 1986, all that partying. I don't know if it was injuries or maybe a little bit of the drugs. Unfortunately, both injuries and drugs sidelined his career. He was going to be a really great starter, probably a Hall of Famer, but those 2 things pretty much held him back. Yep, ERA 3.21 and victories with 15. 3rd in shutouts, 6th in complete games, and 9th in strikeouts. Great year, 15-7, and only 25 games started. Probably would have had 5 or 6 more victories if he had, started the 35 to 36 games each year. All right, Mike Doon. Okay, we're down to 2 for the second set. Doon was kind of a flash in the pan with the Pirates. Came up with the Cardinals. He was part of the Mike LaValle, Andy Van Slyke trade to the Pirates for Tony Pena. After his kind of semi-successful 1987 year, Doon didn't really appear much more in the majors. I believe he was an ERA leader. I only think he had 13 wins. Yep. Second in ERA with 303 and 13 wins and 6 losses. Okay, there's Rickey Henderson. So we're down to our final card. I'll pick up both cards so to add to the suspense of hopefully having Howard Johnson sitting after Henderson. Henderson was a fantastic player, Hall of Famer. Originally came up with the A's, moved on to the Yankees, later went back to the A's, then for a number of teams, Blue Jays, Padres, Angels, stuck around, got over 3,000 hits, is the career leader in stolen bases. Rickey Henderson, great player, just fantastic to watch. And I'm not going to turn him over to guess the category because I already know he was 5th in the American League in steals in 1987. I kind of spoiled that when I did the preview video. So let's take a look and see who we have next. Is it Howard Johnson? Yes, it is Howard Johnson. So 2 complete sets. That was pretty quick. We got it in 27 packs, whereas it took us 21 packs to get the first complete set. Rickey Henderson, there we have 5th in stolen bases with 41. Howard Johnson, he was a thorn in my side as the Mets and Cardinals battled a ton in the mid to late 80s. Johnson won a World Series with the Tigers in 1984, was on the move to the Mets, and was a key player in the Mets mid 80s to late 80s run. Perennially was a league leader in home runs, RBI, played some decent defense at third base. I believe in 87 he was a league leader in home run and RBIs. Game-winning RBIs, 1st with 16, 5th in home runs with 36, 8th in walks, and 10th in RBI. Okay, best card or favorite card out of the pack. I think I'm going to highlight Dave Stewart. So Dave Stewart, interestingly, came up with the Dodgers, didn't have a lot of success with the Dodgers, and then moved on for single years with the Rangers and Phillies. Kind of bounced around, was a starter, was a middle reliever. When he came to the A's in 87, he started throwing the split finger fastball with a little bit more authority, and the strikeouts started to pile up. Once the A's could build around Stewart in the pitching staff, they had bright young sluggers at that time, Jose Canseco, Mark McGuire. Eventually, Mike Moore, Bob Welch joined the starting rotation, and I think it really got solidified when they got Dennis Eckersley. But Dave Stewart was dominant for about a 4 to 5 year stretch, where he was just virtually unhittable. And, you know, he kind of had a nasty attitude to follow up, so it made it even more difficult for hitters to dig in and get good cuts against Dave Stewart. Anyway, well, I'm super excited that I got my second set. Hopefully I can make it to a third set. That was my goal with just a few left over. Got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 more packs to go. So I think it's within the realm of possibility. In my next video, I'll update before I crack pack 28 on how many cards I need to get for that third set. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like it, please subscribe and share. Also share with me in the comments what your favorite card or what you thought was the best card in the pack. Until next time, when I'm back to crack the next pack of 1988 Topps Mini Leaders in my quest to complete set number 3.